Yay! It is strategy number 32. All right, patience. How many of you have a lot of patience? I do not. I work on that all the time. I've learned to be more patient. It is a muscle. You have to continue to practice it. But I go back to the study that they did, and I'm sure you've heard of it, with the little kids and the M&Ms, and they tell them they can have one M&M now, or if they leave and then come back and they haven't eaten the M&M, then they'll get four M&Ms or whatever. And that's postponing, right? The gratification and having patience to wait. And they have shown that study to be really indicative of how successful the people are later in life. But right now, we're living in an age of instantaneous gratification. You want something, you go online, you buy it, it gets delivered that same day sometimes, or the next day, or that week. Really does not require people to have patience. And the same thing happens with ourselves. Have you ever noticed that you become impatient with yourself? And so I want to encourage you today to think about the areas in your life that you need to be more patient with. It could be a person, not just an area. It could be a relationship that you have had some impatience over. And part of that usually happens when we want that person to change, right? We don't want to change. We don't want to be more patient ourselves. We want them to do what we want faster. So just think about that. If you're having trouble in a relationship, you're trying to get someone to change, and that doesn't happen. We have to change ourselves and the way we're looking at that situation. And maybe we have to leave that situation. But oftentimes we have to put on our big girl and big boy pants and be brave and sometimes have difficult conversations and then be patient, because things don't always happen instantaneously. Sometimes it takes several times. For my people who have children, oh my goodness, how many times do we have to repeat ourselves sometimes to get the kids to do what we are anticipating they will be doing on their own without us telling them? But yet so often we have to remind them, we have to punish them, we have to put systems into place, checklists, etc. But we have to have patience, because let's face it, without that, no progress happens either, right? I talked about excuses in the last session, and now I'm talking about patience, being patient. Don't make the excuse, take the action. But what happens when we take the action? We want instantaneous results and fantastic things to happen. I joke about that going to the gym, that when I go to the gym, why can't I just lose a pound every time I do a 45-minute class? That would be amazing, right? It would really motivate people if they got those kind of results every time they went to the gym. Again, not realistic. It's just the same as when I eat a candy bar and I'll gain a pound. It takes a while for that weight to come on, although I feel like it's instantaneous, that the weight comes on and then it comes off so much later and it much harder. And so I really want to encourage you to delay rewards. So my card is delaying rewards is hard to do, but practice patience, not just with others, but also with yourself. And I encourage you to do that when you're driving. The roadways, I see a lot of very impatient people honking their horns and just driving really aggressively. So think about the different areas in your life that you need to be more patient with others and with yourself. Where are you not practicing patience in your life that you can control just a little bit? Taking a deep breath. Maybe it's not saying something, it's holding your tongue. It's being patient, not interrupting. That is so rude. And I know I've done it, and I apologize, and I think to myself, I'm so impatient. Why couldn't I let that person speak for 10 extra seconds and let them finish what they had to say? But I recognize it, and I want you to do the same thing. See where you're being impatient. You can journal about this. You can write the different areas that you're going to work on being more patient. It is amazing the benefits that you will get in your life, and how much stronger by just practicing that little bit of patience every day. That muscle will build and you will look like a patient bodybuilder. You'll have so much muscle in terms of being patient, and that really, really will take you far and wide in terms of success, both personally and professionally. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next segment.